I'm cold.
This is crazy. Where's my fan off? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Paul Morris, 7 Deuce Alliance, and I am back, or should I say, we are back. So I brought my wife, partner in crime, my best friend, and the person who has helped me build and grow this brand to what it is now, and hopefully to what it will be. So I wanted to get on here today. I did a video a while back, and I still had some questions about what 7 Deuce Alliance really was, what it stemmed from, what it's for, what it means, what direction we want to go with the brand, what we're trying to do with it. So 7 Deuce Alliance is a mindset, lifestyle, apparel brand that I came up with years ago that I never put into play until just a few years ago. So when I was in high school, I was given the number 72 my sophomore year. 72 was not the number I had wanted. I wanted a different number since I was in like the 5th grade. You know, I wanted a different number because, you know, my favorite NFL guy, whatever, had such and such number. And 72 was the only one that was left because I was one of the lowest classmen that year that was getting jerseys. So that's what I was stuck with. Well, as it turns out, that number and what it would come to mean and reference later would mean so much and apply so much to my life that we've turned it into a brand to promote the never give up, never say die attitude. To try to promote positivity and to inspire people that no matter how bad or what cards that life deals you, you can still overcome, you can still achieve the dreams that you want, and you can still accomplish what it is you're after. So where does 7 Deuce stem from? Well, I didn't know this until, gosh, probably 15 years ago. I was already out of school, and I'd already run the number 72 all those years. And I continued to run it for different things. But I was playing Texas Hold'em with some friends of mine one night, and I won a hand. And when I turned my cards over, my friend of mine was like, "Wow, you just won with a 7-2." And I was like, "Okay, what's the deal with that?" And he's like, "Well, starting off with a 7-2 is the worst hand you can start off with in Texas Hold'em." And it just hit me. And I literally just decided to play the 7 and 2 that night because that was always my favorite number. As a number I was in high school and everything else. And it hit me that, you know, no matter what cards life deals you, you can still win. Even if you don't win that hand, you can keep playing and keep working until you get what it is you're after. So that is where it starts. Now, why is being dealt a 7 and a 2 in Texas Hold'em poker considered worst hand? Well, I brought my friend Elvis, since I'm from Memphis, to help explain. This is a 7-2 offsuit. In Texas Hold'em, a 7-2 offsuit is considered the worst hand to start with because there's so few good options available to you even after the draw flop. There's no straight draw, there's no flush draw, and even if you wind up with a pair of 7s and 2s, you're not likely to have the best hand. So, that is where it comes from. It is a poker reference that I have turned and used as a reference for life. So, another funny story, when a lot of you know that I was a cop for many years, and when I graduated, they gave us our badges. I had no idea what my badge number was going to be, and when they handed it to me, It's a 4-digit number, and the very last 2 digits on my badge were a 7 and 2. And to say that it was whatever you believe in, whether you think things happen for a reason or not, I just felt like this number kept showing up over and over in my life. And things would happen from the time before that, after, and so on, that would just, life's hard. It's going to deal you a bad hand sooner or later, even if you start with a good one. So it just became the way I looked at life, is I just refused to quit. And have I achieved what I'm after? No, I'm not even close. And nobody can attest to that better than my wife, Ange. So I brought Ange on today to talk a little bit about what we're trying to create with 7 Deuce, what it means to her, and what she has seen me go through and accomplish, fail, and everything else in between in starting this brand. So, okay, so we're back. Had to make some changes, and Bentley decided he wanted to join us. We like cars so much around here, we name all our animals after automobiles. We got a Bentley, and then we got a Shelby. Of course, Shelby's not here. You'll probably see her in other videos. So, got Ange on here today to just talk a little bit about where we started with 7 Deuce, what we're doing, what we want to do. 99% of the designs are going to be, well, let me take that back. I do stick figures on napkins and paper, and then she turns them into artwork.
I try.
Yeah. So far, so good. So, Ange was actually the one that pushed me to go ahead and start 7 Deuce and quit just talking about it and actually be about it. Was it 2 years ago? We decided to go ahead and do it. And at first, I didn't really push it as hard as I should have for various reasons. And then a few months ago, and even just some stuff last year, it just kind of, I wouldn't say motivated me, but it gave me a new perspective on some things and made me realize that, if I'm going to do this, I have to do it now. And that goes back a lot about to what the brand is about. And some of these instances that I saw, the people that it happened to them, they were dealt some extremely bad hands, and they've just decided to keep going and playing those cards anyway. So it actually inspired me to go ahead and get this thing moving forward and press it and try to build it into something to the fact where when you see the 7 Deuce or the 7D logo, that just like when you see Nike, anybody that sees Nike now knows they are making think just do it. Well, what we want to accomplish when you see 7 Deuce or the 7D is play the hand you're dealt. And we've both been dealt some rough hands. Ange has been dealt as many as I have. And I think that's one of the things I've probably respected the most about her, is the fact that she just never gives up either. And she has done a lot of things on her own that most people probably wouldn't be able to do. So, since you have been with me since what, 2014, we're almost together 10 years now, not quite. And it hadn't been a smooth selling 10 either. We have our ups and downs. So, but we don't give up, and we've stuck through it with. I guess you'd definitely say the odds are against us at certain times, but what has 7 Deuce come to mean to you over the years? I've always told you what it meant to me and what it was about, but have you, besides just doing the designs, does it mean anything to you when you see it or think about it, or do you ever have times where you're like, you see the 7 Deuce and you're just like, this is who we are now. This is what we do. We're not giving up. We're just going to keep pushing until we win.
I mean, I guess I just never knew what those were or meant, but now it's like I understand it, and I mean, if you really think about it and look at it, everybody has that aspect in their life.
Yeah, at some point, and that's one of the things I talk about, is that if you live long enough, even if you're dealt a good hand, or as they like to say, the silver spoon, even if you're dealt a good hand out of the gate, at some point, life's going to throw you some bad hands, and that's what the brand is. That's the meaning behind it. Is play the hand you're dealt. Period. Like I said in the intro, a 7-2 offsuit in Texas Hold'em poker is considered the worst hand you can start with, because the odds of winning with that hand are very, very slim. So, with that being said, what we're going to do with the brand is we want to get the name out there and what it stands for, so that people understand and be able to relate what it's for and what it's about. But we want to create cool stuff that people want to wear. We want to share what we do on a daily basis. We're both big into the gym. I love fast cars and anything motorsports related. So I'm going to do my own personal channel, Paul Morris. You'll be able to go over there and see more of the day in the life stuff. This channel is going to be dedicated mainly to just 7 Deuce. Her and I both discussed about, or she actually told me this, and that I need to get some other people on here and share their stories, which is what I'd wanted to do from the get-go. But she's going to really push it even more, because I'll be honest with you guys, I've met some incredibly cool people in the last 5 to 10 years. People that I would have been happy just to have met, I know, and get to call friends now. And some of them have some really incredible stories. And you would never know it if you looked at their life now. You would think they have it easy, but they didn't always have it easy. And the odds were not always in the favor. In fact, a lot of them, the deck was stacked against them. And they just refused to give up, and they played the hand they were dealt. So we're going to have all that on this channel. We're going to, I guess you could, it'll be a podcast, but it won't be a podcast, if that makes any sense. It's going to be just me and another person having a conversation, letting them tell their story. And basically the only reason I want to do that with 7 Deuce Alliance is to show other people out there that it's possible. So that's all I want to do, is people. I feel like we have more opportunity now than we've ever had to achieve what it is we're after, but I feel less people are willing to try or even know how to take the bad hand and just keep playing and keep persevering until they get where they want to get. I feel like people nowadays are too quick. If it doesn't hit the first or second time, or they don't, lose 30 pounds in the first 2 weeks, they just give up and say, oh, well, it's just not for me. I just don't believe that, guys. She doesn't believe that, and that's kind of the movement we're trying to create. Is it's not always going to be easy. In fact, almost everything worthwhile in this life is going to be hard. I don't know of anybody that's ever created anything of any significant value, impact, or purpose that did not have to go through immense struggle to get there or build that brand, company, whatever. So we're going to get these folks on here. We're going to do some interviews. All our new releases, commercials, and everything will be over here on this channel. If you still don't understand what 7 Deuce is about, or you're still kind of wondering, drop us something in the comments, or you can send me a message on Instagram. It's pmorris_7 Deuce, or you can just go in the search bar and put in 7 Deuce Alliance, and our page should pop up. Or you can go to 7deucealliance.com. I have an email link on there. You can reach me So if you still don't understand what it's about, and we've left anybody out on the explanation, guys, ask us your questions and I will do my best to answer them. In fact, honestly, that makes these videos even easier when you guys comment or ask questions, because then I know what I need to do on the next one. Our goal is to grow this as big as we humanly possibly can. So if you will like, comment, and share, that helps the algorithm tremendously. It gets us out there, exposes us more. We can't do this without you guys' help. So if you find it entertaining at all, informative at all, or you just like it, we ask that you hit the like button. If you really dig it, you can subscribe. But the best thing you can do for us is to keep sharing it. You have anything you want to say? No. She's I'm an introvert, so doing this has been extremely hard for me. Ange doesn't like being on camera at all, so we're just breaking her in. But we're gonna have her on here more. We'll probably even set up her own channel, because she's got a cool little Jeep that we're gonna do a build on it, and just some other stuff. We got some really big plans this year. We're gonna make some big changes. I'm excited. Are you excited? Yeah. I would say this is probably one of the first times in a long time I've been extremely excited about the future. And I'm actually pretty excited about the present, but just where we're looking at potentially going in the next 2, 5, and 10 years. Man, it's it almost feels like a dream some days, but then reality hits me. Just like I bought the Shelby to do the all the build videos on my personal channel. I haven't hardly been able to do anything with it in 3 months because the weather has been like shit. I mean, last night we woke up at 8:30 and it was hailing outside. It's just what?
He didn't like that.
No, Benton's getting fired over here. But yeah, we name our dogs after our cars too. So I've been dealt that hand, but since I wasn't able to do hand with the cars, I just had to focus my energy elsewhere. Now that the weather's getting better, we're still trying to get things set up to where I can film other stuff like we're doing today, film inside because the weather's horrible outside. All the 7 Deuce releases, all that stuff will be over here on this channel, and then anything that's just day in the life or other stuff will be over my personal channel. So, I guess that's it for us on this one. Y'all leave us your comments, likes, all that good stuff, and then we'll be back.